Get your money, don't care who judge. Stay out the way, surround yourself with nothing but love. Stay out the way, if you a gangster, killer or thug. Stay out the way, put your faith in the man above. Stay out the way, chill with your family, siblings and blood. Stay out the way, kick it with your girl, forget hit in the club. Stay out the way, mind on your money, ain't no switching it up. Stay out the way, stand out the way, what you thought that it was. Stay out the way. If you stuck down on your luck, not feeling righteous, did a petty crime, just looking for some excitement. Now your name on affidavits and court indictments, get paid for a lot, but your freedom is priceless. You did the crime, you do the time, don't let it surprise you. Real stories from the heart, just to open your eyes up.
Part 3 gang, y'all, let's get it, y'all. Part 3 gang, y'all, let's get it. Like, share, subscribe, y'all. Get it. Let's go. My word, all you hear is, hey, get the door pop, yo. I heard a cool voice. I'm like, oh my God. The dude said, dude, open the door. It's word, cool, care about that joint. Went upstairs like this. Hey, CO, 23. She let him in that joint, he going to sell. I put my attention back down there, cell 11. I'm like, I don't want to go look because it's way down there, but you know, I'm like, look at him like, dude's like, shh. Cool, man, got another one. I was like, what? The dude was like, man, go look at dude, man. My word, I go look at dude. They just getting dude up. He get in the mirror, I guess, dude in the mirror like this. Dude jump super puffy right here. I'm talking about big puff game right here. That joint like a big diesel cheese puff on his face. That joint was like this right there. He was like, towel on his face. I'm like, oh, man. Just crazy, man. So lady said, y'all about to go to chow. Y'all about to go to chow. Y'all about to go to chow. Get ready to go to chow. Y'all about to get ready to go to chow. So I'm like, man, this is wild right here. So as soon as this shift leave, the next shift coming on with the lady that you know what I mean, the dude was supposed to tell that information to, because this was all this is about. Somebody went back and told the lady that the dude cool is the police. You know what I mean? So I'm like, man, this is crazy. Like this level of points for the CEO probably go up this high because he done put work in on the dude that's supposed to told. Man, and he's the one that's a rat. I wish I could laugh, y'all. I'm still a little bit under the weather, so y'all gotta excuse my voice, by the way, man. But I'm telling y'all, man, like, man, it was crazy, man. This joint was crazy, man, that this man beat another dude up. You know what I mean? But he had just came to the compound. That's what made this whole thing wild. But everybody rocked with him. Like, it was weird, man. I don't know how to explain this, man. We go to trial. This man go to trial like ain't nothing happened. We went to trial like it ain't nothing happened. I promise y'all, when we was going to trial, we was coming from this way. We was coming from 4 building way. So when we get to our child hall, it's a fence. You know what I mean? It's a fence right in the middle. Where the other child hall is right on the other side of the fence. It's another part from 2 building coming out that joint. And they at the fence, so everybody at the fence, oh, what's good, bro? You see somebody through the fence, what's good? I get up to the joint, I hear cool say, yeah, man, dude hating on me, man, called me a snitch, man. Yeah, like he's the talk, like he really wasn't a rat, man. Like that's what used to throw me off. Then he would boast that he's a rat. Like he was a cyborg, man. He was mere mortal. Let's put it that way, man. He was mere mortal, man. Like this guy wasn't a human being. This man said, yeah, man. Dude in the pod, man, hating on me, man. Went back and told the broad I snitched. And I told on the nigga. Man, I told on the dude. Yeah. His homeboy was like, whoever he was talking to on the fence was like, man, you did tell that you, bro. He was like, yeah, I told. So what, though? That don't mean nothing, bro. Go ahead, keep playing. He joking about it. Dude like, nah, go ahead, man. Yeah, what I'm saying, man, you all right? What happened? You had no business? Cool was like, I had no business. Yeah, he ain't going to child. Yeah, he ain't going to child. He can't go to child. I'm like, out of control, man, because not only did he beat another guy up, he got away with it again. You know what I mean? He got away with it again, and like I say, his level of respect for dudes that really want to be around him was growing higher, and I didn't really respect him. You know what I mean? I just wasn't doing nothing to him. I ain't got nothing to do with that, bro. You know what I mean? Like that's how I was carrying it. I'm not put in prison to be a superhero. So if you're gonna be a prime snitch, you just gonna be a prime snitch. I ain't gonna deal with you, man. Y'all know how many snitches I had to stay around on my bed? When I got to Lawrenceville, you know how many snitches was everywhere about in 2009? Man, snitching freaking took over the world. Snitching took over the world, man. It was in every state, man, in every country. You know what I mean? Like, you couldn't do nothing about it, man. It was people that was telling all over the place. Cool was just the first person that I seen that was just gangster with it, man. You know what I mean? So, now that he done beat dude up, dude couldn't come back out. Dude was on bed rest. Dude was on bed rest. They was fixing dude plates, bringing him swolls and all that. Dude couldn't anyone. If the police see that, he was gone. He was out of there. He probably was standing for count like this with his back turned, trying to hide. Man, that man's face was done. His face was done, man. So I'd say probably like the next day. You know what I mean? Because I didn't really pay attention to what was going on with the lady that night when she finally came on. But the next day, that's when I had seen her, and like you could tell when Cool was talking to her, like the conversation was about that. You know what I mean? Because he was talking to her, he just was like, yeah, his nonchalantness gave it up, and it made me feel like he was probably telling the lady like, yeah, you know, dudes probably say I read it, but you know, yeah, I told for what? Yeah, I ain't do. I go home in a couple months. Well, I'm gonna tell. Well, I'm not gonna tell. Like that's how he used to talk. Well, I'm not gonna tell and stay in prison. Da, da, da. So he probably breaking that down to the lady. You know what I mean? He's probably breaking that down to the lady, and like for real, man. Like I didn't really think that the lady really understood his breakdown of the thing, and I really say that because the lady, like as he was talking to her, like you know, like she started going like this, like you know what I mean. He's still trying to explain. And like she just kind of finally just was like, I guess she was like, yo, I'm done with it. But then he kind of backed up like, oh, what do you mean? You know what I mean? Like she just kind of like shunned him off. Basically like, yo, get from up here. So he dipped off from the jump. You know what I mean? He dipped off from the jump. So I guess his plans for the lady was to get the Lala. You know what I mean? Like I told y'all, my man told me they supposed to be getting the Lala. So I guess she was mad at him for the rest of the week or whatever the case. You know what I mean? But she ended up bringing that Lala that weekend. So bro get the Lala. I ain't gonna lie, he get the Lala, man. And like for real, like I say, I ain't got no rap for him. Like that. But he seen me, and people know I'm somebody that be getting that bag, and they be knowing that I be having my hand and stuff. So people be trying to approach me about business. You know what I mean? So when he saw me, he was looked at me. He was like, "Oh, hey, Weezy, me all that." I'm like, "What's up?" He like, "Hey, you know I got some Lala." I was like, "Oh," I said, "All right." I said, "Look, you know." Bro hollered at me already though. Like I'm trying to do everything in my power not to deal with him. So yeah, bro supposed to be hollering at me, man. I said, I'm waiting on him. Y'all already straight? He was, oh yeah, we straight. Yeah, oh he gonna I ain't gonna cut his nuts. All right, good, bet. I'm like, all right, I ain't trying to deal with you, bro. You a psycho. So I looked over at bro. You know what I mean? I was like, yo, holler at me when you finish, man. He was talking to a dude. He was talking to this white dude. I was like, yo, bro, holler at me when you finish. He was like, all right, bet. So he hollered at dude. Then he finally pulled up with me and my homeboys. And he pulled up. He like, what's up, Weezy? I'm like, hey, look. I was like, man, I'm trying to get some of that Lala. What's up? I said, bro, I see y'all finally got straight. He was like, yeah, man. He was like, for real though, we thought she wasn't gonna bring it. I was like, why? He was like, man, because, you know, somebody told her that bro was snitching, man. He was like, yo, somebody snitched on her brother. You know what I mean? Where they from? You know what I mean? So she was like, she don't really like snitches because, you know, because somebody told her brother got her brother over 37 years. I was like, whoa. He was like, yeah. He was like, so like, you know, like, I guess she just felt obligated to bring the joint, you know what I mean? Now, you know what I mean? Like, but at the same time though, like, you know, like, you know, she ain't want to do it though, you know what I mean? So I'm like, that's crazy. I was like, so like, this the last time? He was like, I don't know if it's the last time. He was like, you know, he got quiet. He was like, you know, cool, so he gonna try to straighten it out and stuff, you know what I mean? I was like, he gonna straighten it out? He was like, yeah, he gonna try to straighten it out. I'm like, man, all right, what's up though? We're trying to spend a buck of whiskey. What you gonna do? He was like, I'll give you 14 spoons for that. I was like, bet. So I got on the phone, made it hot, you know what I mean? Grabbed 14 spoons. Now the pod, his job, feeling good now because it's a big amount of Lala in there. I had heard that he had struck for a QP for them things. You know what I mean? So there's a lot of Lala floating around. There's a lot of that Lala floating around. Like it's crazy in the joint, you know what I mean? So like he had a good run. That run off that four-way, he made some money off that joint. I'm not even gonna lie to y'all, man. Like Cool made some bread. He had my homeboy getting money. He had a couple other dudes from this city getting money. Then where he was from, he had them getting money. He was hollering at dudes in 2 building like he was getting his bag. He was getting to his bag, man. I can't even hold him back for that. So, like I say, like his first run with that was great. But like I'll say after like, you know, when somebody strike that for that much, I'll say something like that. And when stuff is going like this, I'll give something like that 2 weeks. 2 weeks. That's how, you know, it's a lot of people in prison. There's a lot of people that spend money in penitentiary, y'all. Like I'll be honest with y'all. 4-way, maybe 2 weeks, and it's gone. You know what I mean? So I say after a week and change of me still having spoons. Cause I sold when I did mine, I sold enough to get $50 back. I didn't even want to get $100 back. I sold enough to get $50, got my little $50, put that back to my people, still hold that. I'll put 50 with it if I need it again. Had me still about a decent amount of 8 spoons to chill with. So I'm in the joint chilling. These dudes, this is how I knew they had ran out. the dude from Norfolk that be out rocking with Cool, he had pulled up on me. He was like, hey, Weezy. I'm like, what's up? He like, hey, you still got some la-la? I'm like, huh? I thought it was a trick question because I bought the la-la from him. So I'm like, oh, I mean, maybe I'm saying to myself, maybe he's thinking that because, you know, he want to sell me some more or something like that. But I'm saying in my mind, it's been a little minute, so I don't know if they got no more like that. Because I seen how it was rocking and rolling. They was really doing their thing in the joint. So I'm like, yeah, I got a few, was good. I got a little bit left, was good. He was like, no, I'm just asking, man, because, yeah, you know, me and Cool him and ran out, man. Like, you know, he trying to get some more, but, like, he trying to put it together now, though. So I'm just trying to see. I was like, so what you trying to get? He was like, man, I'm trying to get like 2 spoons. But I was like, nah, I ain't got no 2 spoons, bro. I said, I can get you a Feezy, bro. Like, you think you gonna get my spoons, bro? You mad after you just told me the lady might not even move no more, bro? Like, I ain't got nothing to do with that, bro. So he like, man, I'm just saying though, like, man, I'm just asking, bro. You know what I mean? Because, you know, we ain't really got. I said, bro, I give you a Feezy, bro, like, on the house. You know what I mean? So I do that. That's what I can do, bro. You know what I mean? He was like, all right, that'll work. I was like, yo, come to my cell in about 10 minutes. He was like, all right. So I go to my cell. You know what I mean? Here, knock at the door. Yo? Bro, he like, what's up? I'm like, hey, look, man. This on the house, bro. I gave you 2 of them jumps, man. He was like, oh, all right, appreciate it, man. He was like, yeah, man. He was like, man, I think we done with the lady, though, man. I ain't gonna lie, though, bro. I said, yeah, you try to come borrow 2 spoons from me, huh? He said, I would pay for mine, though, if I ain't, you know what I mean? I'm like, bro, I already knew y'all was done, bro. I said, man, when you told me the lady, man, like that John rap. You know what I mean? He was like, man, I hope it ain't a rap. He was like, but at the same time, though, like, you know, Cool said he was gonna iron the joint out with the lady, man. He was like, cause the lady like him. But that right there, when she found that out, that joint messed him up, man. I was like, shh. I was like, man, that joint crazy, man. I was like, but for real, bro, like, I hope y'all do strike again. I was like, for real though, bro, like, you should have tried to got in that car, bro. I said, why you ain't take over the car? I said, who gonna take that car over when he go home? Like, who was the idea of that? He was like, I ain't even thought about that. I said, bro, listen, bro, I said, man, I don't know, bro. You move different, you know what I mean? You older than me, so I don't know. He was like, no, I'm just saying, like, I don't be getting his business. You know, he tell me what he tell me, but like, I let him do what he gonna do with the bride. I don't be hollering at them brides, Weezy, man. I said, bro, nah, it ain't about hollering at the brides. I said, it's about that he's supposed to pass that bride on when he get ready to leave, you know what I mean? So like, that's what I was thinking, like, he'll do that, like, pass her on to somebody that he rock with like that, you know what I mean? I said, you know, I rock with you, so I'll do business with you, you know what I mean? He was like, I ain't even never thought about it like that, but, you know, furthermore though, like, I don't even think the lady want to rock with him no more anyway. So I'm like, so you telling me it's a rap? He was like, I'm telling you that she's like, yo, she only brought that joint because it was already in motion. Everything was already where it's supposed to be, the money paid, everything. So she was just obligated to bring that. You know what I mean? He was like, Cool ain't telling us that all that, but I know for a fact that the lady might not do it no more. You know what I mean? So I'm like, shh, that junk crazy, man. You know what I mean? So he was right. Because another week went by and them people didn't get nothing, y'all. So boom, nothing happened. People just, next thing you know, everything they was getting, all that commissary they done got from everybody, they was spending that stuff to the next person that was downstairs getting the la-la. Dudes in 2 building with the la-la. They was spending their money. They was spending their money. You know why? Because the pack won't coming no more. The pack won't coming no more, man. The pack won't coming no more. So I don't know what happened. I don't know where that happened, but I'll say probably about a week later from that. Next thing you know, the same dude that got beat up by Cool, that had the freaking cheese puff on his face, man, my word, he healed up. His jaw was still a little, you know what I mean? But at the end of the day, he fought Cool. He got beat up, but he fought him. So if you fight in prison, dudes respect you for that. Win, lose, or draw is about showing your heart skills. A heart is a skill in prison. You know what I mean? If you don't have that, you're not going to make it far. You're going to be like the freaking dudes getting preyed on, and all of that stuff. So like, if you have heart, that can get you somewhere far in prison. So like for him even getting beat up, like nobody looked at him like, yo, he got smashed. You know, dudes might joke about it in the beginning, like, yo, he got knocked out, da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Nah, bro fought that maniac, and he stood up to him about that rat and stuff. You know what I mean? So like, I'll say like a week from there, like I was telling y'all about, out of nowhere, the dude that got beat up, he pop up with the pack. He got the pack. So he do the same routine that they did. He seen me, he was like, hey, Weezy. You know, his cell's kind of like back by the back window where I be telling y'all dudes go back, cell 11 and 12, that's in the cut all the way in the back. Dudes be going back there to talk. Like, hey, Weezy. I'm like, yo, he like, man, me and him would talk from time to time, but not like that, you know what I mean? So I know if he was calling me, I knew it had something to do with some business. You know what I mean? So I walk back there, I'm like, what's up, bro? He like, hey, You smoke la la? You still mess with the la la? I was like, yeah, I still mess with the la la. He was like, smell this. I was like, so we like back by the window now. Like we looking out the window, but I got my back to the pod. He got his back to the pod, so I got the bag in my hand. I'm like, ooh, that joint smell great right there, bro. He was like, yeah. He was like, look though, man, I got 12 spoons for the buck though. You know what I mean? I was like, bro, give me 13, I'll spend a buck. He was like, I bet, because the 14 was a lookout. I already knew it was. So 12 is supposed to be for the ball sometimes, you know what I mean? It's supposed to be 10, but 12 is a lookout. 13 is definitely an extra one for me. So I was like, yeah, give me the 13. He was like, I bet. So he was like, come to the room. So I go in his room now. So when I go in his room, he was like, yeah, man, you know what I mean? When I look, sitting by his like bed, he had kind of like his blanket covering it a little bit, but he didn't do a good job of covering it. It was a street bowl. It was a street bowl, and I seen aluminum foil on the joint, you know what I mean? So I'm looking at it, I'm like, but that explains the smell that's in the room as well, you know what I mean? So I'm like, so he see me looking at the bowl, he was like, oh, man, go ahead, that's my food right there. I was like, yo, food? I was like, what is it? He was like, some lasagna. I was like, lasagna? I said, nigga, you webbing. You got no goddamn lasagna. He was like, what? Yeah, he went to the door, he was like, nigga, move that blanket, that nigga open that aluminum foil. As soon as he opened the aluminum foil up, that jump was like, I was like, damn. I was like, that shit is lasagna, bro. He was like, he grabbed his fork. He was like, he put it in my hand. I was like, for real? He was like, yeah, go ahead, hit it. I was like, I said, man, I ain't had lasagna since my mama made it, man. He was like, yeah. He was like, yeah, my baby made it. I was like, yo, baby? He was like, yeah. I was like, who your baby? He was like, you stop acting like you don't know the count what's going on here, man. I was like, I don't know what's going on, bro. You got lasagna, la, talking about this your baby. What's going on? He was like, Miss Williams. I was like, for real, bro? He was like, hey, she don't want to mess with that snitch, bro. Dude, a snitch, bro. He like, yeah, he came in here. He was like, bro, look, I ain't gonna lie. I rumbled him when I slipped. He was like, when I slipped, bro, that's when he hit me, bro. That jump kind of dazed me, bro. So it was like, it was a wrap after that. But he was like, I fought him though, bro. I ain't scared of him though. I'll fight him again. He was like, man, look, she don't want to deal with him, bro. He was like, man, that pack she brought last time, that was his last pack. That was his last pack, Weezy, man. I'm about to get it rocking and rolling in this junk, Weezy, man. Yeah, man. You already know the count. I'm like, that junk crazy, bro. I was like, but look, though. I was like, you need to be careful, though, bro. He was like, why? I said, because, bro, you said the magic words. I said, that man is a freaking rat. I said, he's a rat, bro. Like, you know what I mean? He's somebody that don't care about nothing, bro. The man, like, he resides off being a rat. Like, you know what I mean? He don't care about nothing else. You know what I mean? So he was like, yeah, you right, though. I'm gonna be careful, though. But he was like, nah, but like, you know, I got it now. Like, you know what I mean? He was like, but you know, I'm looking out for her. I don't want her to find out. You know, I don't want her to get in trouble. So like, you know what I mean? Don't tell nobody. I was like, nah, yeah, I ain't telling nobody nothing. I'm not getting in the middle of this, bro. I was like, but look, though, let me get another hit of that lasagna. He was like, man, you crazy. I was like, man, let me get another hit of that joint. You got a big, like, he had layers in the bowl. That bowl, I told you it was a street bowl. It didn't look like our regular bowls, y'all. So boom. Let me hit that again, man. Let me hit that. Bro was like, he threw it in my hand. I said, lasagna hit. I'm like, man. Bro, get me together. I said, yo, look. He said, when you think you gonna have it, Weezy? I said, look, I'm gonna get my peoples on top of it now. So give me a couple of days, bro. You know what I mean? It shouldn't take a couple of days. If you straight, you already know I ain't going away. He was like, all right. I got bro up and slid, y'all. Got about that jump, man. You know what I mean? Went upstairs in my cell, got myself together. You know what I mean? So I called my roommate up that jump. I'm like, yo, my roommate come upstairs. I was like, yo, get bro. He was like, he called my homeboy. My homeboy come up there from the other way. So we get the door, and they come in the cell, put the cut up. You know what I mean? Me and that jump start bagging up. Threw both of them a spoon. You know what I mean? My roommate and my homeboy threw both of them a spoon. Like, yo, like, where you get that from, Weezy? I'm like, shh. I'm like, bro, crazy, bro. He was like, who? Now, my roommate and my homeboy, they're not gonna say anything. You know what I mean? They're not gonna say nothing. You know what I mean? I was like, yo, bro got the joint. He was like, for real? He was like, yeah, but you know, he trying to protect Shorty. He just didn't, he probably told me not to say that the Shorty got the, you know what I mean? He got it from Shorty. But so he didn't care about doing business with nobody. Like, he gonna do business. I already know bro gonna do business. So it wasn't like he was selling the stuff and keeping it on the low. You know what I mean? So I told my homeboy, like, yeah, you know, bro got da. You know what I mean? I don't know where he got it from, but he back. You know what I mean? He was like, for real? Like, yeah. My whole homeboy was like, yeah, he got that from Miss Williams, bro. He like, Miss Williams rock with him too. I'm like, what make you say that? I spent him, what make you say that? He like, cuz, bro, like, I'm telling you, she be going in cell talking to him at night. And I was like, shh, that's crazy. I said, somebody brought it. You know what I mean? So we smoking in the joint. We smoking in the joint. Word. So the dude sleep next door. He had knock on the door. Yo, he like, hey Weezy, who got some feces, Weezy? I'm like, hey look, I'm gonna have some feces, bro. Give me a second. What you trying to get? He like, man, I'm trying to get 2. I'm like, I got you when we come out sale break. He was like, all right. We stay in the sales, they call sale break. As soon as they come out the sale break, they call sale break. We step out, everybody looking at us like this. No, we got the whole pod jump. As soon as our door opened, that jump was like, poof. So we come out, everybody like, I come out the steps like this. I'm lit. I'm like, this the lit walk, y'all. I'm like, I got down the steps, super stupid. I get down the steps, everybody be like, hey Weezy, what's up? I'm like, what's up? He was like, you got it. I'm like, yeah. Next thing you know, I look up, I see the freaking snitch coming at me. I'm like, it's like I saw his presence. I wish I had a freaking, I can't even make the noise, y'all. That's my word, my voice super messed up. This word, he was coming my direction, though. I seen him. I looked up, I seen the dude cool. He was like, he stood right there, because somebody else was talking to me. I'm talking to dude, I'm like, he looking at my parentheal. I'm like, he like, then I see my homeboy come up stand next to him. I'm like, so I finished talking to dude, I'm like, what's up? Dude cool was like, what's up, Weezy, what's up? So happy he does this. I'm like, what's up, what's good? He like, hey, you got some la-la? I'm like, yeah. He was like, you got a lot of it? I'm like, nah, I ain't got a lot of it. He was like, you ain't got no weight? I was like, nah, I ain't got no weight, bro. He was like, who got the weight? I was like, bro, I don't know, bro. You know what I mean? He was like, come on, bro. I was like, bro, listen. He was like, you just ain't had nothing, Weezy, man. Now you got something, man. Who got the weight, Weezy? I was like, bro, I don't have it. You know what I mean? I don't have it. And I don't know who got it. So, like, you know, I got spoons. I could sell you a spoon. I said, you want a spoon? He was like, nah, just sell me a Feezy. I was like, all right. I was like, give me $5, bro. He was like, all right. He dip off. He come back with the money. My homeboy pull up on me. He was like, Weezy, who got that shit? I was like, bro, I don't know, bro. You know what I mean? As I'm saying that, I promise you, 7-Eleven open up. Yeah, bish. That jump open up. That jump was like, the jump hit the pod again. Everybody like, looked up, seeing dude, he got beat up. He come out of the jump. He like, he got a shirt over his shoulder. He like, he stepped out of his homeboy's club. Man, he like, they just posted up. They standing right there. I looked, I seen Cool face. Cool was like, excuse me. That man walked over there, jumped his word. He walked over there. He was like, what's up? You got some la-la? Dude was like, nah, I ain't got no la-la. He was like, you do got some la-la. What's up? What you trying? What's up? Let me buy some. Dude was like, man, I ain't selling you nothing, man. Dude was like, man, I ain't selling you nothing, man. I ain't selling you nothing, man. Look, me and you ain't got no dealings, man. I ain't selling you nothing, man. He was like, oh, because I beat your ass, we ain't got no dealings. He was like, nah, nigga, you ain't beat my ass, nigga. You knocked me out. You ain't beat my ass, nigga. He's the same motherfucking thing, nigga. The fuck, nigga, you took an L, right? Yeah, nigga, you took a motherfucking L. The dude was like, man, all right, man, look, you got that, man, but I ain't got nothing for you, man. I ain't got nothing for you, man. He was like, man, you got something, motherfucker. You was gonna play us like that? You ain't gonna let us buy nothing, motherfucker. Dude was like, man, listen, I ain't got shit for you, nigga. So after he said that, somebody called him, you know what I mean? He go to the door and start talking to a nigga. Cool was standing there looking dumb as a motherfucker. I seen his face. The nigga was looking dumb as shit. So we go to dinner and come back, dude slanging and banging all over the fucking place, right in his face. I was so happy that that pressure was taken away from me. You know what I mean? Because Cool is a fucking psycho. I didn't want to have no pots with this nigga. So he's slanging and banging right in front of Cool, dumbass. Now, after we came back from dinner and lockdown, it was shift change. When shift changed, that's when the lady Miss Williams finally came back on. So when the lady Miss Williams finally came back on, she solidified that she brought the pack for that nigga, man. And I say that because as soon as she came into work, when we came out for count and they popped us out and let us out after count cleared, man, dude was right there talking to her. Dude was doing the same thing Cool used to do. Now, Cool ain't talked to her in like a week because she told that nigga she ain't want no dealings with the nigga because he was a rat. Man, I promise you, man, dude was right there talking to her. Dude was right there talking to her. He was talking to her, you know what I mean? So Cool put 2 and 2 together. It just made sense. Like, dude got it out of nowhere. She brought the la for him, so you know she gonna bring it for him. You know what I mean? So I guess he put 2 and 2 together. The nigga put 2 and 2 together, man, I promise you. The nigga got down, walked up on the lady. He walked up on the lady, and I think if the lady wasn't dirty and she wasn't bringing a pack, then she definitely would have locked his ass up. Man, the man walked up on the lady. She's sitting by the office. The man walked up on the lady and say, hey, it's like that now. It's like that. That's how you gonna carry it. You gonna fuck with a nigga that got 1,000 years instead of a nigga that's about to go to the street that can fuck you in a couple months. That's how you gonna carry? That's how you gonna carry? She sitting in the chair, he like, yeah, that's you gonna pick a nigga like that? Yeah, that's what you gonna do. You gonna cut me off and don't do no business with me, and you gonna do business with another nigga in the pod right in my face? You was a dumbass bitch. I swear to God, you was a dumbass bitch. She like, motherfucker, I don't wanna deal with you no more. I don't want nothing to do with you no more. You are a fucking snitch. I don't deal with snitches. Stay the fuck away from me. He was like, what? She said, you heard what the fuck I said? The fuck wrong with you? That nigga looked like he was wanting to fight her. My word, he was like, what? She said, you heard what the fuck I said? He was like, this word. That nigga went in the damn cell. That nigga went in the cell. I was like, oh shit, that nigga look mad as a motherfucker. I promise you, man. So he come back out a little bit later. He see goddamn the nigga that he beat up talking to her. So I guess she was telling him what just happened and shit. So he dipped off. Man, I promise you, Cool was out in the block, just walking around talking to dudes looking mad as a bitch. Man, I promise you, man, I looked up. Man, I just seen dude, the nigga that he fought, the nigga that he beat up. Man, I looked and I just seen that nigga coming out his pants with a goddamn Ginsu. That nigga was pulling out a Ginsu knife, y'all. That junk was like this fucking long. He came out with that motherfucker, he grabbed that bitch just like this. And he just started going over towards where goddamn Cool was at. That nigga picked up his speed. He was like, Cool finally seen Cool was like, hey, Cool shot this way. When Cool shot this way, he swung at Cool. Man, he swung that joint at Cool weed that shit. Cool weed that joint. Cool caught that nigga ass. Boom! Man, Cool, man, listen. Man, Cool hit that nigga ass with a goddamn hook. Man, that hook landed so perfectly, man. I'm talking about that nigga was like a ninja. Dude swung that shit at Cool. That nigga's Cool said, boom! He caught dude as dude said, he kept the knife in his hand. Cool girl for the knife. Boom! He go for the knife. Dude like, they on the ground fighting. You know what I mean? The lady that's bringing the pack, she gotta call the fucking people. Man, the lady in the booth heard the call. She get up. They not too far that she can't shoot that motherfucking gun. Man, that lady got up and start dumping. Niggas like, yo, watch out. She said, boom! Boom! They right there fighting. Boom! This nigga Cool is a whole maniac. Cool grabbed the nigga on the ground like this, trying to get the knife. Cool grabbed the nigga, rolled the nigga, put the nigga like a shield. Dude trying to stab Cool though. Cool got the nigga. Cool not letting that hand go. He's not letting the hand go. He like. The lady hitting the jump. Boom! Boom! And John hit dude like, Cool overpower that nigga. Boom! He take the knife from the nigga. Cool was like this. He was like, boom! 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 He punched the nigga like 3 times in his face. He got up. He was like, nigga, I ain't gonna motherfucker unalive your bitch ass, nigga. Yeah, nigga, I'm about to go home, nigga. Threw the knife over there. Ding, 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 ding. He's like, nigga, I'm about to go to the fucking crib, nigga. Fuck you, bitch. Fuck you, nigga. Fuck you and that bitch. Fuck you and that bitch. Next thing you know, y'all excuse my police noise. My voice fucked up. Police coming that bitch. They coming that motherfucker. It's word. Nigga goddamn Cool was like, they handcuffed that nigga. Goddamn, the lady was like, the knife is over there. They went and got the knife. Goddamn, got dude. I'm like, oh shit. I'm like, yo, this shit wild as a motherfucker, man. I'm like, damn. So they finally got Cool. You know what I mean? They finally got the nigga out our pod. Finally. Thank God, man. So they locked both of them up. They locked both of them niggas up, man. Man, I promise y'all, man. I promise y'all, this is on everything I love. I'll say 3 days later of Cool going into the hole, man. Dudes looked up. The lady was working our building. The lady was working our building, man. They counted. She did the count in the morning. She did the count, the evening count. Man, I'm telling y'all, as soon as she counted, we looked out the window. Dudes were like, yo, look out the window, look out the window. Everybody looked out the window. They had the window sills. Man, you looked up, you seen the sergeant, all the big hats, all the people that be in the watch command office. They just walking her up the sidewalk. They walking her up the sidewalk. You see the lady like this. They walking Miss Williams up the sidewalk. They take her to the watch command office, I guess. They stay in that bitch room. I don't know what the fuck happened. All I know is she never returned. She never came back to our pod, man. Niggas say the nigga goddamn Cool told on her. Shh, man, that nigga was a dangerous rat, man. That nigga told on the fucking CEO, man. And I guess for him telling, for him telling, they let him out the hole, man. He got put in 2 building. They put the nigga in 2 building, man. That nigga went home from 2 building, man. On everything, man. That nigga went home from 2 building, man. The lady got fucking fired, and y'all know what else? I got away with those freaking 13 spoons, you hear me? I got away with them 13 spoons. And the only reason I got away with them 13 spoons is because dude got caught with that hammer. You know what I mean? So he never came out the hole. So I got a free 13 spoons, man. We got rid of the snitch, man. But like, I ain't gonna lie to y'all, man. Like, the dude Cool was a dangerous motherfucking rat, man. I know y'all got some of those. Y'all done been in the jail and the prison with a nigga like that. Nigga was a dangerous rat, man. I seen it with my own 2 eyes, y'all. But That was a crazy situation. That was the end of the damn story, though, y'all. Man, I appreciate y'all for watching another one, man. And yes, we are back, man. We are back in action starting today, man. I had lost my voice, people. I was super sick, man. Like, we gotta take care of ourselves out here, man. Like, cause I was sick, y'all. Like, when I get sick, I get like the flu type of sick, man. So I was done since last Wednesday. You know what I mean? So like, I had lost my voice on Saturday. Like, my voice was done. Like, I was yelling at a football game. So like, it's coming back slowly but surely, but I had to get back to work today, man. I hope y'all can accept that I came and did this, man, with a voice messed up and everything, man. But y'all already know the count, man. I love y'all to death, man. But y'all already know what it is, man. Stay y'all ass out the way, man. Y'all already know, man. Your people matters the most, period. But y'all already know what it is, man. This was a bonus banger. So why didn't y'all do this one? Let's get it. Let's go. But be safe out there, people. And stay your hands out the way.
Get your money, don't care who judge. Stay out the way, surround yourself with nothing but love. Stay out the way if you a gangster, killer or thug. Stay out the way, put your faith in the man above. Stay out the way, chill with your family, siblings and blood. Stay out the way, kick it with your girl, forget hit in the club. Stay out the way, mind on your money, ain't no switching it up. Stay out the way, stand out the way, what you thought that it was. Stay out the way. If you stuck down on your luck, not feeling righteous, did a petty crime, just looking for some excitement. Now your name on affidavits and court indictments, get paid for a lot, but your freedom is priceless. You did the crime, you do the time, don't let it surprise you. Real stories from the heart, just to open your eyes.